What about the pitching staff? The starters' earned run average over 8, with the exception of the complete game by Tim Wakefield.
And surrendered the grand slam hit by Ron Gant. Breaking ball bounced to the second baseman, Jose Lean. 1 out.
The defense for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ron Gant and Otis Nixon. And that's ball 4. Blauser aboard with 1 out in the top of the first. Just underway and no score in the ball game. Jim Leyland down to third, a double play ball bobbled by King. Leaned. Reedus couldn't scoop it. They caught a break in that it hit Pendleton. So once again, the Pirates start out a little bit jittery in the field. The 3-2 pitch just missed. 2 walks in the inning, thrown by Walk.
Jim Leyland looking for about 6 innings out of Bob Walk.
They've hit .324 with runners in scoring position. Pittsburgh has only hit .120. That one handled by King. In the air, say the umpires, and that ends the inning. The Braves strand 2, and after half an inning, Atlanta 0 in Pittsburgh coming up. Perform under the legacy of Roberto Clemente and Willie Stargell, and they are revered in large part because they won it all. And one of the reasons why the Pirates feel that they might be able to duplicate what Willie Stargell and company did. There's a looping line drive and a fair ball. Reedus will have at least 2, and he'll stop there with a leadoff double. He's from Taylor, Michigan. His payoff pitch bounced up the middle, base hit. Reedus will come around to score. And the Pirates are on the board first in game 5. It's 1-0. With the temperature heading toward the 40s by the time this one is through.
Unless you're a hitter.
No heat that time. Chopped very high in the air. Pendleton got Van Slyke by a running step. That's the first out of the inning, and on the play, Jay Bell moved into scoring position. Another 3-2 pitch. Well hit toward the gap in right center field and over the head of Justice. Off the wall and a hop. Bell in to score. And finally, the monkey is off the back of Barry Bonds. Deep drive left center field. Back to the wall. Otis Nixon. He can't get it. Bonds in to score. King has a double. 3-0 Pittsburgh. King in scoring position for McClendon. That's well hit toward the left field corner. Gant on the run. Can't get it. Here comes King on to score. McClendon has a double, and Pittsburgh has a 4-0 lead. They are hitting rockets off Steve Avery here in the first inning. Smith went 7-0 in 12 starts.
Traded by the Phillies with catcher Ozzie Virgil to the Braves in the Steve Bedrosian and Milt Thompson trade back in 1985.
Slot walks.
Steve Avery lasting a third of an inning this evening.
Lean strikes out on the sweeping breaking ball, low and away. 2 outs in the first.
And you were
That's right.
You were
I don't want the people to think I'm that short. I was sitting. Walk strikes out. And now the Braves are sitting. But not before the Pirates came up with 4, and the crowd was electrified by Barry Bonds' double after 1. 4-0 Pirates. That has involved the umpires in this series. The 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Gant way out in front of the off-speed pitch. Certainly a sharp contrast to the blast he hit off walk. Welbeck
is in Japan playing this year, and Turk Wendell had his arm broken.
Berryhill threw the bat at the ball, and he's out on the fly ball to right.
Mike Bielecki pitching in their starting rotation for Atlanta. He was the 5th starter for the Braves.
And he's walked another. Lemke on with 2 down for the pitcher, Pete Smith.
Bob Walk reaching down.
Chopped to short. Jay Bell goes the short way to end the inning. After an inning and a half, the Pirates 4, the Braves nothing. The earliest KO for a starting pitcher in National League Championship Series play since the late Bob Moose of the Pirates was knocked out in Game 2 of the 1972 NLCS without recording it out. He faced 5 batters. Reedus out.
He can't pick it up right away. Thinks it's a fastball and goes after it like that. Tries to hold up, but too late.
Ron Gant drifts to left center. 2 down. Little pop-up in shallow left center. Nixon takes charge. 1, 2, 3. Go the Bucks. We've played 2. Pittsburgh 4. Atlanta nothing. For Atlanta, Otis Nixon, Jeff Blauser, and Terry Pendleton against Bob Walk, who has yet to yield a hit, but he has walked 3 over the first 2 innings. Slot. 1 out. And let's check in with Jim Gray.
Okay, Sean, I'm with Veronica Leland, Jim Leland's 81-year-old mother.
And this land truly is Leland's. During the introductions for the first game in this series played here, Friday night, Game 3, he got a louder hand than anybody. Blauser hit it sharply, but he's out number 2. Jim Leland wears his affections and emotions on his sleeve, as we've seen with the shots. But you can always coach second base. This will be a tough play. Slot. High throw off the glove of Gary Reedus, and safe as Pendleton. Really, Slot made the toughest part of the play. He was in good position to throw out the runner, and Slot is hurt. They're going to call Pendleton out. Apparently, he went out of the box and interfered with the throw. He ran inside the foul line.
I have no idea how Slot hurt his arm, but if the batter runs down the first base line, if he is inside the line halfway down, and he is right there, and the throw hits him, he's out. Now, does it hit him? Oh, how can they call him out? There's no way. You can't call him out.
Through the gap at right center to drive in a run in the first inning. He would later score. And Jeff King followed with a double. Tomahawked into right center field, another hit. He had 1 hit in the first 4 games. He has 2 hits and 2 at-bats tonight. The 3-foot line, or inside the foul line, and in the umpire's judgment in doing so, interferes with the fielder taking the throw at first base. Bond's on the move, and he is safe.
Well, he didn't interfere with Reedus taking the throw. That's the point. He may have, maybe Don Slot. I don't think Slot had.
Now, I agree with you
that.
from the standpoint that even though Pendleton was inside the line, Slot had plenty of room to make the throw at a perfect alley with which to hit Reedus with the throw.
Right.
This is a very tough play that Blauser can make. No chance on the play for Blauser. King with the infield chopping base hit.
Then they're vulnerable, become vulnerable to left-handed pitching later in the game.
Bonds tags. Nixon the catch. His throw will come to second, and the Pirates take a 5-0 lead. That's the second RBI of the night for Lloyd McClendon. We're in the third, 5-0 Pirates. The runner goes. The throw from Berryhill, and plenty of time to get Jeff King. Perfect throw from Damon Berryhill. Slot walks for the second time. They appealed down to first, but Ed Montague said it was not a swing. It is the press gate attendant at Fenway Park in Boston. That's bounced up the middle. Lemke makes the play himself. One more for the Pirates in the third. And they're conjuring up memories of 1979. Justice drew one of the 3 walks thrown by Walk to this point in the first inning. He's ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes. They have the shift on in the infield again. There are 3 infielders on the right side. The ball goes very high to the left side to Jeff King in foul ground. 1 out in the 4th. That's a bullet right on the line, it appeared, and bouncing around in the right field corner. Sid Bream into second with a 1-out double, the first Atlanta hit of the night. And that's why they play the games. That's well hit. On the run, Bonds. What a catch. While sprinting, he reached across his body. They ignited this crowd early with 4 runs in the first while knocking out Steve Avery. Payoff pitch. A lob down the right field line. McClendon there. That ends the inning. The Braves cannot take advantage of the 1-out double by Bream. 3.5 in the books. 5-0 Bucks. Walk moves way up in the front of the batter's box and lifts one to left. Routine play for Ron Gant. 1 out. Gary Reedus the batter. 1 ball to count. They do the dance around home plate, and it's Pendleton who takes charge. For more on the Deion Sanders story, let's check in again with Jim Gray. Jim was speaking up for Deion Sanders earlier today. He arrived at the team hotel about 4:45 this morning in Miami. Obviously, he didn't sleep very much. Bell out on the check swing. Tapper back to the mound. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates in the 4th. Still 5-0 as we head to the 5th. Weekly to second. Lean throws him out.
That he would not leave to play football during postseason play. That's why the Atlanta Braves set their roster, including Deion Sanders, among the 25 players.
It's certainly one of the most hotly debated subjects today, beyond the presidential debate tonight. I was not at all surprised that in Pat O'Brien's interview with Deion on the plane last night that ran on the NFL Today, Deion was wearing the hat of his shoe company. Otis Nixon with the fly ball to right. And that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves. Halfway through the ball game. As a youngster, I don't ever recall having a friend of mine say, it's my dream to play football and basketball professionally in the same day, or football and baseball.
Maybe one or the other, but not both.
That's right. Van Slyke a hot smash. Lemke threw him out. But I think you summed it up succinctly. He gave him his word, and he did not deliver on it. The rest means little by comparison.
Yep.
Very high, but not particularly deep to left. Gant the catch, 2 down. So Pete Smith did a good job keeping Atlanta in the ball game. He worked empty at the top out in straightaway center field. After huge crowds, complete sellouts for the first 2 games this weekend here in Pittsburgh. Bream and Lemke out. Bream makes the play in fair territory. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. After 5-0 Pittsburgh, and we'll return to Three Rivers after this word from your local station.
But Jim Leyland talking before the game, he said, what about the pitching staff?
Tonight the pitcher is even fielding well. And Jeff Blauser is the first out of the 6th inning.
Coming into this game, the starters with an earned run average of over 4.
Pretty confident that he can't have 3 starts in a row that are all subpar. Pendleton. Terry now 0 for his last 12. 2 down in the 6th. 5-0 Pittsburgh.
Jim Leyland expects the same out of his players.
1985 to 1990. Traded for and drafted much of the talent you're seeing on the field tonight. Whoa, just low. And Justice walks for the 2nd time. That's 4 walks in all thrown by Bob Walk, but this is his first since the 2nd inning. 5-0 Pittsburgh. We're in the top of the 6th. 2 outs, Justice at first. He's off again with the 3-2 pitch. In the air to center. Van Slyke in front of the warning track makes the catch. 6 one-hit shutout innings from Bob Walk for the Pirates. And McClendon is on again. Two for 2 is Lloyd McClendon, the manager of the Chicago White Sox. Tommy Sant, the first base coach. 3-0 pitch is ball 4, and Slot has walked for the 3rd time. And the pitchers have only walked 3 tonight, all 3 of them.
You can only work that one time, however. The element of surprise is gone.
Lean to second. Lemke bobbled and has to go to first. So effectively, that's a sacrifice. Although they had a great chance to turn 2. And Lemke, he's 0 for 2 tonight. The infield is in. The outfield shifted around toward right. 2 men in scoring position with 1 out. Walk down to 3rd. They do send the runner to the plate, and he is out at home. Pendleton to Berryhill, and they tag out McClendon for the 2nd out. Runners now at 1st and 3rd.
McClendon going on contact. Slot goes to 3rd.
Bullet down the line, fair ball toward the corner. Slot scores. Walk to 3rd. Reedus to 2nd with a double. 6-0 Pirates.
And remember, Tommy Glavine will start on Tuesday, the left-hander, and Gary Reedus will be at first base with the knuckleballer Tim Wakefield on the mound for Pittsburgh if Pittsburgh holds on.
Jay Bell didn't mean to, but he rolled one to short to Blauser, who throws him out. Marvin Freeman comes on and gets the Pirates to strand 2 with 1 pitch.
5 for 22 with 1 home run. So now he's 5 for 24 lifetime against Bob Walk.
High fly, shallow center, leaned out, McClendon in, and McClendon made the catch. And let's visit again with Jim Gray.
Just to let them know that, hey, we understand you're going through a rough time, but you do have some friends that care about you.
Was he able to relax and be himself with you?
Well, he definitely looked much better today. I've been watching him the whole series, and he looked pretty good to me tonight.
After being such a major contributor to this thing, are you sorry you're not here?
You're going to play where the cards are going to fall, so to speak. You have no control over anything, so don't try to force any issue. Just let everything happen. You have a good man on your side in Dennis Gilbert, and he'll make it happen for him.
Bobby, thanks very much. The ground out by Lemke ends the inning. 7th inning stretch, 6-0 Pittsburgh. On a check swing, ground ball from Jay Bell. He's the 4th pitcher of the night. Nice play on the comebacker. 1 out. Deep fly ball, right center field. but Justice has room and makes the catch in front of the track. Bonds just got a little bit under that one. A pop-up. Lemke out. And he looked at Justice as the ball dropped. Lloyd McClendon at the plate trying to add to what is already a big night. 2 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and 2 runs batted in. Lemke might not have had him had he been able to grip the ball, but it became a moot point anyway when the ball slipped out of his hand. Little looper, shallow right. That falls in front of Justice. King scores at 7-0. And the miscommunication between Lemke and Justice proves costly.
Violin bow making company. He makes violin bows, or used to. Kind of his avocation.
Lemke shovels to Blauser to end the inning. A gift run handed to the Pirates. After 7-0 Pittsburgh. This time Lonnie Smith.
Deion Sanders wanting to become the first player ever to play 2 pro games in 2 different sports in one day.
Van Slyke on the run at the warning track, and it's off the wall on a hop. Backed up by McClendon. Smith will try for 3, down 7-0 when he's there with a triple. A bit of a risk for Lonnie. He did hesitate coming around second.
Of Sanders. He has already employed Jeff Treadway and now Smith as a pinch hitter when he had chances to give Sanders a chance to play in 2 different sports in the same day.
Bonds the catch of the shallow fly ball from Otis Nixon. No way Smith could take the chance, down by 7, and the throw emphasized the point. Starts throwing. He has returned to the dugout from the bullpen. There is action in the Pittsburgh bullpen at the moment. Blauser rolls one down to first. That'll get the run in. Walk did get the bag just barely to get Blauser. Smith scores at 7-1.
Called out for missing the bag. And it was very, very close to see whether he'd missed it or not.
Pendleton. Walk. Throws it by Reedus. The play backed up by Leaned in shallow right. And Pendleton is aboard. And out hitting Atlanta 12-3. The 2-0 pitch. Van Slyke had him played perfectly. That ends the inning. On to the bottom of the 8th at 3 Rivers Stadium. 7-1 Pirates. Reedus to follow, and then Jay Bell. Pendleton. One hops it over there intentionally to get walked for the first out of the 8th.
Pittsburgh Pirates have a knuckle down tonight.
By Bobby Cox when he was the general manager of the Braves. Matter of fact, he was a first-round selection and the 5th player chosen overall in the '86 June draft. He walked Reedus. And a one-out base runner for the Bucks in the 8th inning. And Merker's season salvaged by the chiropractor. Blauser, Lemke, Bream, not in time. Bell hustled hard all the way and just did beat the throw from Lemke to keep the inning alive. 2 outs and a runner at first. Base hit. Merker came with the high fastball, and Van Slyke slapped it to left for his first hit of the night. The last time at bat in a home uniform in this ballpark for Barry Bonds. Lemke didn't get Van Slyke, but throws to Blauser for the force. That ends the inning. The Pirates strand 2. We go to the 9th with Pittsburgh leading 7-1. Facing the prospect of the knuckleball of Tim Wakefield in Game 6. Over the mound, charged by Bell. 1 out.
One of the interesting asides.
Payoff pitch. He walked him. Walk upset with himself as he bounced the breaking ball.
Catcher Damon Maryhill.
For Philadelphia at Houston. July 16th of '80. That will not be a hit. Berryhill's fly ball down in the glove of Bonds. The Pirates 1 out away. Another 3-2 pitch. Chopped down to first. Reedus waves off walk. That ends it.